like in Japan, we have the NISA, which is sort of a tax-free account that you can trade stocks. The Japanese government is trying to people to invest more. Japan culture, we have is sort of, they have a lot of money in their savings account, but they don't invest as much compared to the US.
I see.
So the government is trying to people to invest more and feel safe about their investment. So their presence here is saying we're validating the crypto arena. We can assure you that it's going to be safe and a credible way to invest your money in.
All right, and we are back. We're here with Levi Hinson from CoinPost, the WebEx speaker team. Levi, could you tell us a little bit about your history? What path did you take to get here, and what are you up to today?
Okay, thank you, Graham. So my name is Levi Hinson. I'm part of the WebEx speaker team. And I'll go into that later, but just a little background about myself. I came to Japan when I was 2 years old. My parents were moved here, and I was I didn't have a choice. They brought me here, but just grew up in Japan. And after that, from 25 till about 2 years ago, I worked at the Osaka Stock Exchange. The Osaka Stock Exchange has a history of working with derivative, like futures options, especially the Nikkei options, which is the main Nikkei options and futures, which is the main index futures and options in Japan. So I have 15 years experience at the stock exchange. And now I'm starting new in the crypto area. So I'm more focused on TradFi. I have a history with TradFi, but now in the crypto space.
What brought you to the crypto space? Was it just a random?
Yeah, actually, the stock exchanges in Japan, especially they're getting ready with the ETFs. So we did a lot of research at the stock exchange. How would we handle when the Bitcoin ETFs start, when all the crypto ETFs start? How are we going to handle it? And that got me sort of interested in the crypto world. So that's how I kind of made a transition there.
I see.
Yeah.
So did that background, did that influence the kinds of speakers that you invited to the conference?
Yeah, actually, so as a regulated stock exchange, we're more focused on more compliance issues and sort of getting the regulatory framework ready for this. So
right.
And a lot of what the stock exchange is about is customer protection. So we focus on anybody that's doing some fishy trading or anybody who's trying to scam. We're watching that, like stock exchange. And I think that affects my interest in sort of part of the theme around regulated crypto is I think a very part of the theme here at WebEx this year.
Yeah. And it's funny that you mentioned that. I was looking at your flyer, and it says about almost 25%, so like a quarter of the people who attend the conference are like TradFi folks.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of reflected in that. So, Japan is, the home of former Mt. Gox.
Yes.
Which is the original exchange. There's a bit of a history with that and some controversy with that as well. Like you mentioned, a lack of regulation, lack of investor protections and stuff like that. You also have the name. Satoshi Nakamoto is a Japanese name.
Yes.
So you've got that history in Japan that's connected to Bitcoin Bitcoin and crypto. So what are your thoughts about maybe what place rather does Japan take on the crypto landscape? So the U.S. is like, we are the world leader in crypto. They've got the regulations.
Yeah.
They've got Trump forging ahead.
Yeah.
Where does Japan sit on that landscape?
Yeah. So like you said, we have a lot of history with crypto, whether it's controversial or whether it's positive.
Right.
But still, we do have a lot of history, and I think the most important is that we have a lot of experience. So we know what works and what doesn't.
Right.
What's comfortable with the regulators and what the regulators don't want to see in Japan. So we know, and I see that I know the U.S. is taking a large leap forward, especially since last year. But Japan, as we're more, because of our experience, we know what steps we need to take to make customers use crypto in a more safe way, and not just speculative, but like making ETFs, making it into investment funds, more part of the traditional finance, incorporating crypto into the traditional finance area.
So regulatory arbitrage, right? So you've got, so far anyway, you've got the U.S. with this very strong regulatory infrastructure that they're still building it. It's still all new.
Yeah.
They're passing the laws and the regulations. Do you think then that if you take a slower, more cautious approach, you might lose in the arms race for being like a crypto hub? Or do you think maybe the slow and steady pace will eventually win out over other jurisdictions?
That's a good question, actually. I think the Japanese regulators and the industry do have a sense that they need to keep up with the momentum of what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, they do have that. That's why they're here at the WebEx, and they know that it is critical to be part of it. But at the same time, I feel that they do have a sense that they need to have be cautious about it and take sort of conservative steps into making it actually work. So they, like in the US, there's a whole bunch of lawsuits against crypto firms, or in order to, so Japan, I think it's a part of a cultural thing. They try to take preventive measures before making it into a lawsuit.
Right.
Yeah. So US, you have a lawsuit and then you figure it out. In Japan, they try to take preventive measures so that it doesn't lead up.
It doesn't happen in the first place. Yeah.
All right. Let's step back for a minute.
Okay.
Let's just talk about overall. What are some of the speakers or panels that you think are worth highlighting here?
Okay. Yeah. So we had a lot of exciting speakers this morning already. Arthur Hayes, CZ, the Prime Minister came up, and right now the Ministry of Finance, a lot of highlighted speakers. And now we're in a few, I think, from 11, the Chairman Kitao of SBI Holdings is going to be on stage. And actually, CoinPost made we're going to a bit of sort of a merger of companies between SBI. So they're going to buy 51% of CoinPost.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, in October. That's already published.
I saw that SBI is also forming a partnership with Circle to launch to promote USDC here in Japan.
Yes.
So SBI making pretty big moves in the crypto space and being involved in WebEx here.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to watch the Prime Minister's speech?
Only for about, 10 seconds. Okay. But yeah, I did.
Yeah. All right. I was going to ask you, if he said anything interesting. I know politicians, they tend to couch their language. We were talking before this, like, what's he going to say? Is the most important thing that he's just here, or did he actually say something interesting?
I think his presence here is we've had the Prime Minister for 3 years straight.
Yeah.
And this is the first year that the Prime Minister came in person. So the past 2 years, there was a video appearance.
I see.
But this is the first year that he's been in person. And I think his presence, and he's from what I know, he's really into the digital transformation of the country. So he's working closely with the digital ministry to make a sort of transformation in the Japanese, I think, overall, in Japan overall. So, but it's a lot stronger presence than last year, for sure.
So you talked about, how you're focused on regulations and the stock market and stuff like that. But what issues are people on the ground focused on? Like what do they find interesting from what you can tell?
So I think so. The government is trying to make like in Japan we have the NISA, which is sort of a tax-free account that you can trade stocks.
Similar to like a 401k or something in the US.
Yeah. So the Japanese government is trying to people to invest more. Japan culture, we have is sort of they have a lot of money in their savings account, but they don't invest as much compared to
Oh,
the
I
US.
see. I see.
So the government is trying to people to invest more and feel safe about their investment. So their presence here is saying we're validating the crypto arena. We can assure you that it's going to be safe and a credible way to invest your money in.
And is that what the people are looking for? Like in crypto?
I think so. I think so. Because there's a lot of products out there, but
Right.
I think crypto there's a lot of interest, especially I feel like I see like statistically, Japanese males in their 30s or 40s are likely to invest in crypto more than other people. And there's a lot of interest there.
And that's the same across, I think, all jurisdictions.
Yeah.
It's always the younger men, too middle-aged, I guess now, that are interested in crypto. So anything that surprised you? Everyone who's coming. You've held this conference several times, but I'm sure you see a few things that kind of like make you go, whoa.
One surprise at the last minute, World Liberty from the US. The Bitcoin advisory. They're a fund, I guess.
World Liberty Financial.
They're involved with the Trump family.
Right.
They decided to attend in the last minute, so they're here going to have a session today. So,
okay, will that be a panel or
it'll be just one like a fireside.
Fireside.
Yeah.
So chat.
Yeah. So that kind of surprised me. And
okay. Japan is famously a high tax jurisdiction for cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And I know there have been a proposal, I believe, to make crypto taxation rather than it be just like income. So taxed at the highest bracket, I think up to 55%.
Yeah.
Which it currently is. There's been a proposal to make it more like investing in stocks. So something like maxing out at 20%.
Yes.
Do you know if anyone at this conference will be speaking about that policy?
Actually, there's going to be two panels that'll address that issue. One panel is about what you said, the taxing. So they're making a transaction to tax crypto as an investment, so it'll max out at 20% tax. And there's going to be a panel addressed to that specifically. Also, there's going to be another panel that's they're trying to incorporate crypto into the regulatory framework of traditional finance, like futures or regular stocks and bonds. Crypto has its own separate law right now.
Yeah.
They're going to transition that into the regulatory framework of the traditional finance. And there's going to be a panel dedicated to that.
Does that mean that cryptocurrency, traditional finance platforms like stock exchanges could eventually one day provide digital assets like Bitcoin in the way that's like the big Japanese crypto exchanges like
there could be a possibility about that, but I think the first step is the ETFs. So the stock exchanges can handle the Bitcoin ETFs. The funds can handle ETFs as they can make ETFs out of it and stuff like that. That's the first step. But further on, I think, it'll be, incorporated into because it's kind of, they have two separate laws, and I think it'll be much easier for the regulators and the users to sort of have it under one regulatory framework. So.
All right. And so we've talked about the policymakers here in Japan, mostly talking about regulation. From the crypto industry side, are there any speakers or panels or attendants at the conference that you'd like to highlight?
Actually, compared to last year, there's not that many Web3 projects that are speakers, but we do have panels dedicated to especially the convergence of Web3 and AI, which is a pretty hot topic right now. And there's some exciting projects and companies that are actually doing that are incorporating decentralized AI functionalities. And also, there is some Oh, we do have the chairman of the Ethereum Foundation will be here. Miyaguchi.
Miyaguchi.
Yeah, she'll be here. So,
Hayden Adams.
yeah, Hayden Adams. Yeah,
That's a big name.
yeah, he'll be here as well. So,
Okay,
we do have, yeah.
So something that you mentioned that caught my ear, I guess. For those who are not familiar with the Japanese regulatory system, you talked about being able to, I guess, being able to hold, trade, or create crypto ETFs. What is the holdup? Like, what makes it difficult to structure crypto ETFs besides just saying you can do it now from the regulators?
So I think to make an ETF, you need just something to hedge it on, and they do a lot of hedging. So you need a hedge market, and they're gonna make like in the future like ETF futures to do the hedging on. So you need to get that ready. And I think from a technical point of view, I think there's no problem.
Okay.
But just from a regulatory perspective, because the regulation does not see it as equal to stocks or futures,
Okay.
that's the only issue right now.
It's more of the way the regulators see the asset.
Yes. How do you define the asset?
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a lot coming up here. So, Levi, thank you so much for your time, for organizing the conference. We're looking forward to the rest of the event here.